with another podcast. I know there are different ways to do a podcast. Thank you for all the comments from yesterday's video. It's just harder because we're not close and we don't live in the same areas. And on top of that, the equipment to do this stuff is very, very expensive. So I just do mine on a YouTube live stream and call it a podcast. We were talking about a lot of subjects yesterday or last night, early morning, and it kind of got me thinking, what do we need to, stay on topic with? And it'd be really neat and cool if you guys could comment and give us, topics to talk about when we decide to do a podcast. I'll come out with a video, like a 5-minute video coming out and, saying that, hey, we're going to be doing podcasts this day, this day, this day, at certain times. So I think it would be cool for us to do that. Not just because of our schedules, but maybe we can start working stuff out to where we do these podcasts at certain days and at certain times and do it for 2 to 4 hours at a time. So, what do you guys want to talk about today? Everyone say hi, by the way.
Hola.
So everyone from last night remembers my good friend Adam. New man here, his name is Stealth. That's what we call him. We don't really know his name. Really don't care. Because it's not important to you people. just know his name is Stealth, okay? And I mean that in the friendliest thing possible to him. I don't want to offend him because he's a really good guy. But what are we going to talk about today?
Video games.
Okay. So I'm going to take off my shirt. Sorry you guys can't see, but it is fucking hot here in Texas. It's like 95 degrees and it's 100 degrees inside, so give me a moment. Like, I know you guys can still hear me, so I just can't hear you.
Let's go with the most played video game recently. Fortnite. Well, it's easy to comment on that. Especially for us. We play it, but we still hate it.
What?
I hate it, but I still play 'cause I'm bored.
You know what's funny? One game that I get commented on a lot to play is some For Honor. And I understand what the big craze is from it, yeah, it's one of those video games that's pretty fucking cool. It's tight as shit, but that's not me. That's not how I prefer my games. I'm gonna put another shirt on. It's a woman beater. Give me a moment.
Okay, I see what people would like to see For Honor. It ain't been out recently by any YouTube that I know. But it's just not really played as much. So getting to matches and stuff can be pretty hard, especially for console, because once something is out for a computer and on YouTube, people don't play it as much.
You remember my buddy JJ, the one that joined us last night, or that plays with us, Country Boy. His channel, he does a lot of For Honor stuff, and I mean, yeah, I can understand where people are coming from with this game. It's a very good game. It's becoming more popular, just like Rainbow Six Siege was. But here's the deal: my channel, my rules. I'll play. Yeah, it's my channel, my rules. You don't like it, don't fucking watch my YouTube channel. And I'll understand where you're coming from. Cartoons plays it, H2O Delirious plays it. They're much bigger channels than I am, so honestly, it's not going to be hard for... Yeah, they're going to take suggestions. I'm going to do what I want to do because I don't have that many people. I have a lot of viewers coming in and not subscribing, and that pisses me off because, I get the same number of people coming in and watches, which is like 400 to 1,000 people, viewing my channel, I'm viewing my GTA 5 videos, my live streams, Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefield 4, some Call of Duty. You know, they view all that shit and they're like, oh, this guy's got a plethora that he likes to play. Let's see if we can get him to, you know, a certain number and maybe he'll do some cool shit. You know, if I'm able to reach 100, like 50,000 subs even, if I stay at the low bottom of the totem pole, I'm fine with that. I'll do a 50,000 subscriber podcast and you guys can interact with us through via YouTube and maybe get to know us a little bit better. You know, that's what this whole podcast thing is about. You know, it's us. It's for me to let you guys know who I am personally and you guys to get to know me a little bit more as well. You know, because like I said, I met these guys on PlayStation 4. They really don't know me. Adam found out a lot of deep shit last night. Some shit that I don't tell a lot of people. Like me with being on drugs, me, you know, doing this and all that other bullshit. And that's what I do, you know. Like, I used to do that bullshit and I straightened up, you know. I had a friend that died at the age of 13 the day before Easter, on the day before April Fool's as well. It was crazy. It sucked. It happened. And I got over it, and, you know, yeah, I became antisocial and all this other bullshit, and people were like, oh, we can't own guns with depression, and blah, 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 blah. And you can. No bullshit, you can. Like, I can go out and buy a gun, and they know my medical history. The only thing is it's illegal to, like, look into someone's medical history without a doctor's permission and the patient's. Like, the patient has to give the doctor permission, then the doctor has to give the other people permission, and if they go behind their backs, they get sued. It's as simple as that, guys. I mean, it's not hard, it's not rocket science, you know, and like we were talking about last night, how video games affect your motor skills and how they affect you as a person. They don't affect you as a person at all. They just say you're a gamer and you like to play video games. You know, hell, that's what you like to do in your free time. For fun. Okay, I gotta put me a dip in. I gotta actually get me a drink first, so you guys give me a minute, please. I'll be right back.
Devin Cruz.
What is it?
It's Devin Cruz. But since before we started talking about all this stuff from last night, we were on the topic of video gaming. For Honor. I understand how people would like that game. I've been wanting that game forever. It's a Ubisoft game, and Ubisoft makes pretty good games. They make Rainbow, they make... yeah. They make all these games and they give you special things to do with them. Like, you can go onto the thingy and unlock certain stuff, like the elephant skin. It was free. And then every time you level up on the Ubisoft Club, yeah. Every time you level up the Ubisoft Club, you get extra stuff, like extra points to put into the game.
Okay, what happened?
Now, I was trying to get onto the video game topic again.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I was gonna go back to that, but yeah, go ahead.
People, like, For Honor's a good game. It was made by
Ubisoft.
Good people. Yeah.
Somebody that
has
people
made
who
games,
yeah.
Make Rainbow.
And
make
Uno, for everyone out there who thinks that Ubisoft just makes really bad games. No, they made Uno as well. You can download the free demo on PlayStation 4.
Oh, you can?
For free, yeah. You just can't play with your friends. You know?
I'm gonna look at that real quick, actually. But yeah, they make good games. People may think like, oh, they're only first-person shooters and stuff, so we don't like Ubisoft or something like that. If you're a person that would like to play Minecraft or Even if you play Fortnite, you're not bad. It's just the game's going to go out fast. The more you play, the more people are going to get tired of it from you either being a tryhard or you just
not wanting to
being...
play correctly.
Yeah, like if you're just sitting over here and you have a team and you just like it's 50v50. If you have a team and they're making a sky bridge to get back into the place with the jumping pad, you break it so you can take their loot. You're a dick.
Well, on the whole thing on you know, Battle Royale, a lot of people don't know this, and I say I enlighten them a little bit. The actual first battleground or Battle Royale was Minecraft.
Yep.
And I do appreciate, you know, a good Battle Royale every now and then, and yeah, I'll play Fortnite and what have you, but it's being overdone.
Yes.
Call of Duty's doing one now, so
Yes. The new Call of Duty, I'll get it for the zombies, but I'm never going to play the multiplayer unless I overdo the zombies.
yeah, and you get sick and tired of the zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're...
Well, the new one's not even gonna have story mode, is it?
Nope, it's not gonna... It's just gonna be multiplayer and zombies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the story lets you play the game with like confidence on what you're doing.
Yeah, and it teaches you how to use the guns instead of going in, you know, blinded when all these people, like, the first day are
Sit
already...
there and play for...
You know, yeah, they're already master prestige, and you're sitting there and you're like, what in the fuck? And, you know, that's what happened with that's what happened with World War II. Black Ops 3.
Oh yeah, Black Ops 3. But if you're like in PS3, it was impossible unless you had internet that was like grade military, because every time I'd play, I'd walk forward and be across the map already. My screen would freeze and nothing would happen.
You know, yeah, it had to be your game. You know, I did play, you know, some Black Ops 3 on PlayStation 3. I got that for Christmas one year, and it didn't come with the campaign.
Story. Yeah.
And I was kind of upset about that. I was like, I've just spent $60 on this game for multiplayer and zombies. Are you fucking serious?
The zombies was pretty trash for PS3 because you only had like 2 maps.
You had one map for 6 months, and then they released a giant Black Ops 3 on PS3.
PS4. Yeah. Now it's free. You get PS Plus. I think it's free still.
Yeah, it's free for another few days. You know, that's another thing that... One thing... Okay. One thing that... It's alright. One thing that sucks about having PlayStation 4, though, is you have to buy PlayStation Plus to play Rainbow Six Siege, GTA 5, Battlefield 4.
And if you download the free games... If you download the free games in PS Plus, you can't play them unless you have PS Plus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know how you feel.
So, like... I mean, you know, it's $100 for a PlayStation Plus card for a full year, pretty much. You know, it's $60 plus tax, and then if you decide to get a game, that's another $60. So you're talking pretty much almost $200. You know, just for a card that says that you bought, you know, a membership that will run out within 3 months, a month, 6 months, a year, you know? And that's what sucks. Like, you can't even play The Crew 2 without PlayStation Plus. Yeah. Mhm. You know, that's what I had to do because my PlayStation Plus ran out, and I didn't think it was gonna run
Mm-hmm.
out for another week, and all of a sudden it.
Yeah.
Same.
That's why if somebody puts their account on your thing, make sure your account is not the main
Active.
one, so they don't have to get free plus and you have to pay for it all the time. Like one of my friends, two people that I know have a PS, and they both have their own PS4s, but one of them put their account on the other ones, so the other one's technically paying for the person's PS Plus.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm doing. You know, with my little brother, he has it for a full year, and I asked him. I was like, "Hey, you know, can I, you know, use your account as primary so I can play?" And he wasn't cool with it until, like, I was like, when I get PlayStation Plus and you run out, that's what I'm gonna do for you. So you might as well just let me fucking do it. I mean, you know, PlayStation, all PlayStation gets their money out of is,
Plus and
plus, very, because
oh yeah,
Xbox,
Xbox is making you pay from 360 to now,
yeah,
and PS.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And the thing is though, PS, they're making us pay, but Xbox, they pay more, but they can use other games from other consoles.
yeah,
From their
which,
Xbox 360.
well, if you have a PS4 Pro, you can play PlayStation 3 games on a PS4, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Don't
Yeah, I
quote
heard
me
that
on
too.
that.
I was thinking of getting it. I was thinking of getting it because I like playing Black Ops 2.
Yeah,
Black
I mean,
Ops 3, you jump around too much, too fast to get killed by submachine guns.
well, I mean, even in Black Ops 2, you know, if you go back to PlayStation 3, everyone's running around with Vector or MSSC or, you know, some
Yes, it is.
SMG.
Yeah, now they actually have it in Black Ops 3 too, which
Yeah.
sucks. And that's another thing. They make you, like, you have to level up a shit ton in order to actually buy certain weapons.
Yep.
Like me, I'm on it right now. I'm gonna go to create a class. I have 17 unlock tokens. But in order to unlock those guns, like the MMSU and all them, the PPSH, the UMP, all that, you can't buy them with unlock tokens. You have to sit here and wait till you get enough coins and buy little boxes.
Yeah, the black market shit.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm cool with
And
that.
then-
You know, I can sit there and grind and, you know, unlock the shit, but I don't have that kind of time that most people think I do. Yeah, I do have, you know, the time to sit around and play with friends, yes, but at the same time, I don't have enough time to grind on Call of Duty. I'll sit here and grind on Rainbow because it. Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy GTA a lot, you know, but that's another thing. With GTA, if you make a motorcycle club, which I did,
And then what they do is now they have a rare supply drops. I'm on it right now, and it says they have an M14 assault rifle. It's more, the percentage of it's up higher now.
yeah,
But the only way to get it is you have to go from one rare supply drop to
another. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
And I've opened up 10 rare supply drops recently. I have not gotten any gun from any of them.
yeah, I mean, all I get is camos and skins, and man, like, give me a gun for once. Shit, give me, like, I'll take the PPSH or the XM Garand or the AN94.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I mean, it's when like, yeah, it's one thing that Call of Duty kind of lost me on.
Yeah.
I don't mind going back and playing on a older console like PS3 to
Oh no,
play
that.
Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, but when I do play those games, I get bored of them really easily.
Yeah, because it's not fast paced and there's not as many people, so you're sitting there for like maybe 10 minutes waiting to get into a game.
Yeah, you're sitting in queue for 10 minutes and you're like, well, fuck. I could have. No,
Yeah,
even with
people still
Black
play
Ops
that.
2.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
I've played it recently because I have a PS3 with me,
Yeah.
and I was playing it. I keep getting to games fast, but
Hold
every time I
on.
get into a game, I'm like not
Hold
able to
on.
move. I thought oh. I ate meat today. Where's my food?
What food?
McDonald's.
It's in the car.
Fuck you.
I don't care. I mean, game nerd rage is what most people call it. I do get raged, especially at Rainbow Six Siege. I'll be peeking and I'll unload a full clip and shit doesn't go my way and I do get pissed off. Half the time, most of my bullets land in their fucking forehead and it doesn't kill them. So I get nerd rage and I decide to quit and leave and sit back
Play something
and
else or change.
yeah. Like I've been playing Rainbow for
About 6 months now.
I want to say about 4 or 5 months, and I mean I've gotten tired of it sometimes. Like I'll grow sick and tired of playing Call of Duty. I'll get sick and tired of playing Battlefield. I get sick and tired of playing Rainbow. And I'll get sick and tired of playing fucking Fortnite. Yes, I do play Fortnite a lot. But at the same time, this plethora that I do play on this platform can piss me off.
Yes.
But I'm not one of those people that's gonna throw his remote half-ass across the room because he's pissed off. I won't do it.
I do that because my rage is more. I wait till I get pissed off to throw stuff.
Yeah.
For instance, I have a broken controller in front of me. I'm trying to fix.
Like you go on YouTube and you watch those rage compilations and you see people breaking their keyboards, punching their monitors, breaking their TV, throwing their system away, all that. And sometimes they don't even buy it themselves. They have their parents buy it for them and, they break the shit. Like, if I break my PlayStation 4, I'm fucked. I'm in trouble.
Like, somebody that has lots of rage compilations, Wildcat. He may rage, but he doesn't throw his stuff, he doesn't break it, because he knows how much it's going to cost to have to get another one, and he ain't going to be able to work on it if he breaks his PC.
Yeah.
So it'd take longer.
That's another thing, too. A lot of people say, PC players are better than console players. Personally, I believe that console's a lot harder to play on than fucking PC. Because you can buy a simple setup, mouse and keyboard, learn how to play on it, and learn your buttons, and sit there and become king of that fucking game, and your perspective, and whoop everyone's ass, So, I feel like there's no need to, play any type of PC game.
And now there's people out there that'll play console and they're like, oh, I'll just do this, and I'll go with a mouse and keyboard instead of controller.
Yeah,
Making it harder for people that use the game's actual tool to play against them, because mouse and keyboard is a lot easier to use. Like, for instance, Rainbow Six Siege, you can lean without aiming. But for us, we have to aim and lean.
Yeah. we have to hold down two buttons. Or we have to hold down one button to lean, or to aim down sights, and then we have to press another one to lean one way, and then press another one to lean the other way.
And that sucks for people using shields.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a Montang main.
Adam.
Yep.
See, like, I used to be an Ashe main, and that was one of the first mistakes I made when I started playing this game. I started out with Ashe, learned her weapon, I quit using her for a very, very long time, tried to pick it back up, and I can't. Like, she's one of the hardest ones to use, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because of her recoil pattern and how much her gun sprays. So...
And the recent update where now she's slower and has more armor.
Yeah, but her hitbox is a lot smaller than everyone else's. You know, and for a lot of people, yeah, like for example, you know, a lot of people are blaming video games for violence, like we were talking about last night, and that's not the case. It's the person behind the video game that is raging all the time, that's getting pissed off, that decides to take his anger out on the world, or hers. And you know what? If you want to be that dumb and you want to kill somebody in real life because you can't play a game right, that's on you. You know? And you know, for the YouTube headquarters shooting, I don't understand why that happened. I don't know why she went off the hinges. I guess probably because she didn't get a raise and she got fired. Yeah. No. Like, that's one thing too. Like, a lot of gun channels, like Demolition Ranch, Iraq Veteran 8888, they're all getting demonetized every time they speak about a weapon, a firearm, and they're not making any cash from it when they're not harming anyone, they're not hurting any animal. All they are is just showing a gun off, you know, giving their personal opinion about it, reviewing the product, you know, and that's just like, as well, the dipping community, you know, Outlaw Dipper, Mudjug 1, Chris Dips 1, Jesse Ryan USA, a bunch of these guys are getting, you know, they're getting called out by, like, the United States Smokeless Tobacco, and they quit dipping Copenhagen, Skull, all that, and they're boycotting it pretty much, and I stand with them, but I'm still gonna dip my Copenhagen, you know? Like, that's what I'm used to. It's, yeah, like, that's what my gums are used to. I can't go to a dryer snuff because if I do, it cuts into my gums and it hurts. You know, well, I mean, dipping's better than smoking cigarettes, and I'll give you the reasons. One, it's going to take a lot longer for you to get cancer from any type of dipping product or chewing product. Yes, it says on the tin or on the pouch, this product can cause mouth cancer. Yes, I understand that, but it's very, very microorganism, like, small, and we get that shit out of your mic.
God damn it.
Here we go again. You know, we take that much radiation poisoning in from the stuff that we eat. You know, there's no big deal on, yeah, like, you know, okay, the Earth has a lot of radiation. Yeah, the Earth has, yeah, that's why if you eat too many bananas, you can get potassium poisoning, and you have to go to the doctor, and they have to fix it, otherwise you can die from eating too much bananas. Like, it's no bullshit. I had that happen to me. Yeah, and, you know, like, that's why I go out and kill my own food, because I don't want to eat all that processed shit. Y'all eat it. You know, if that's what's for dinner, I'm gonna fucking eat it, you know? But you know, and that's an yeah, you know. Yeah, like okay, for hunting for example, I clean my own deer, like I'll shoot it, I'll skin it, I'll gut it out, I'll field dress it. I'll get the meat off, I'll clean it, I'll get all the silver skin off, I'll process it, and I'll cook it. You know? Venison's actually very healthy for you because there's not a lot of fat. You know, if you want to make hamburgers, you put I mean, you know, that's another thing that I want to bring up too. The hunting games on here, they're like, oh, that's animal cruelty, that's this and this and this, and it's not animal cruelty, okay? Yeah, like, I have a good friend of mine, and his sister's vegan. She went vegan because of all the produce that we buy is, like, it has a bunch of nasty shit in it. And I understand where she's coming from, you know, I don't drink milk. I can't, because I'm lactose intolerant. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell, yeah, it's fixed. I'm gonna tell you this: if you stand in front of a fully grown buck, and you're on his territory, he's gonna charge you, and he can kill you. Those horns are dangerous. The hoofs are dangerous. They're sharp as fuck. You know, wild boar. For example, boar here in Texas, they're fucking huge. We have one called Hogzilla for a reason. That is over 500 pounds. And no one's been able to get a shot on him. You know, those tusks are so sharp, they will slice your gut open. Literally. They can slice your stomach wide open and your guts will literally fall out in front of you. And you will die, and then the pigs will eat you, because that's how they are. They don't care. You know, that's why they're called pests and rodents. You know, especially down here in the south. I don't know about up north, but down here in the south, you can hunt those things without a license pretty much, and you can go night stalking. Yeah, up in Washington, you require a license for a lot of things. Same down here. You know, for deer. You gotta... Yeah. You know... Okay. You know, like... For example, okay, I go to rodeos, right? And I saw this one chick saying that rodeos are cruelty, you know, animal cruelty. Well, PETA hasn't came and... like shut down a rodeo because they understand, you know, like it's an adrenaline rush. It's like someone drag racing, you know, or drifting, or shooting a gun. You know, I've been thinking about this a lot too. Like I want to start getting into the drift builds and all that shit. So hopefully, if I find a good car, I'll, you know, start doing drift builds and start entering into drift competitions and somewhat of a living out of this. And you know, but back to the rodeo thing, they were. She said that the stock trailers that we haul our animals in is too confined. I tell you what, dude. Then, yeah. They have a fucking trailer that they get transported in. Instead of them having to be slaughtered, killed, and then taken to process in that fucking trailer, they get taken to feed yards and they have moving room. You know, those trailers have... Yeah, they're fed every day. Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about my animals, man. Shit, my animals are fed, watered, they have shelter. You know, they're very they, you know, get taken care of. They get seen by a vet if they need to. If I don't have the money, you know, especially if it's like a roping steer. It's what I team rope on, you know. I have my horse, I get the head, and if one of the horns is broke, you know, we cast it, we put a piece of rebar so it'll grow back right, and we do that so we take care of the animals and they take care of us, you know. You reap what you sow, and it's really true, you know. Just like if you're a YouTube creator, a content creator, you reap what you sow when you do your content. And I mean that fully and wholehearted. Who? Well, bringing up sexism in general, doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, you're a sexist regardless. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, you know. Just like when you bring race into it, you're being racist. And even if you say you're not being racist, you're still being racist to a particular point, you know. Bringing up sexism, well, that makes you a sexist as well. Bringing up feminism, well, you're a feminist, you know. It's common sense. You speak what you are. And Ashley Judd, for example, okay, she's a movie star, she's an actress, and she speaks out for like women's rights and equal pay and all this bullshit. I don't know a fucking female who isn't paid more than my own family combined, especially being an actress or a model. Yeah.
They compare a stripper salary
To a yeah.
They compare a fashion designer salary
A bank worker's salary.
all the salaries. They just take the comparison of that. They're adding in all these jobs that get paid less than anything else.
Yeah, you know, that's the same thing with the gun law. You know, like they're trying to pass still, that they've been trying to pass since 2012 when Colorado had their shooting in the movie theater. You know, the reason that they want to ban these weapons is because they're black, they look scary, and they look tactical. They think that's what the military uses. I'm going to tell you this, if you send a military, female or male, out into battle with an AR-15, they're going to be dead as soon as they step out of the gate. That's why they use fully automatics, not semi-automatic. Now, yes, for a designated marksman, Adam, your mic.
God damn it.
And as soon as I say that, it clears up. It's fucking dumb. But I
enjoy
mean,
this.
You know, a lot of designated marksmen, yes, they use semi-automatics. Yeah, they're trained to use those at a far distance, not at close quarters. You know, at a close quarter combat with a fully automatic AK-47 chambered in 7.62 by 39 NATO, you know, your body's going to be shredded compared to the semi-automatic 5.56 NATO that you're using against these people. You know, an AR-15 is a modern day sporting rifle. That's all it is.
It's not automatic, and just in case some people don't know it, in order to wield the automatic weapon in the United States,
You have to have special clarification.
Class 3 license.
Yes. You have to go through ATF, you have to file the correct paperwork, you have to pay the tax stamp, and if your background passes, you get the gun. If not, they're gonna flag you, they're gonna come and take all your guns away. Oh god, there goes the baby. and that's how it goes, you know. Even for a suppressor, you still have to have ATF paperwork stating that you are okay and able, body, sound, and mind, to own a suppressor, okay? To own a belt-fed machine gun like a Browning 50 cal. You have to have the clarification. Now, yes, like I said yesterday, you can go and buy a 50 cal long rifle at your sporting goods store. Yeah, but I mean, that's a big round, and a lot of people see that as an anti-tank rifle and all this other bullshit. Well, before it, or after it was an anti-tank, you know, an anti-vehicle rifle, it became a long-range rifle, a sniper rifle, if you will. And another thing, you know, a lot of people blame a lot of, yeah, you know, a lot of people, especially a lot of the lefts, like, they come up with all these facts and everything when, if you look at FBI reports, yeah, which is so easier to, you know, come up with, but if you look at the hard, cold truth, if you look at FBI stats, you know, police records, all that bullshit, especially on these murder cases where a actual firearm is used, 9 times out of 10 it's either going to be a shotgun or a pistol. And I'll tell you why. A shotgun is 10 times deadlier. Yeah, a shotgun's easier to fucking load and use, because all you have to do is make sure there's a round in the chamber and just pull the trigger. And you've got a bunch of little projectiles going everywhere. That's why they're used for duck hunting, dove hunting, goose, turkey. It's fun. It really is. And that's why a lot of people, you know, use shotguns for home defense, because it's got that spread, and even if they, you know, miss by a little, they know that half of them is going to hit the person. Yeah, the guy's still going to go down if he's charging you.
God damn it, Otto.
Oh, poor Otto. You know, like, that's something that a lot of people don't understand, and I find it kind of hard to explain to them because they don't want to look at the cold, hard facts. If you want to have an argument with me and you want to debate gun control and gun laws, look at the actual facts first. Don't go on Wikipedia. Yeah, the NRA is a National Rifle Association. That's what NRA stands for. Okay. Yeah. If you take all the guns away from all the good people, bad guys are still going to be able to get their hands on guns. If you close every factory that makes guns in the world,
where's money? Where's jobs?
Yeah, where's jobs? Where's money? You have a more bigger problem than your crime rate. You know, Detroit, I believe it's Chicago. That's one of the most dangerous places in the United States, and they have one of the most strictest gun laws in the United States, and their gun crime rate is rising through the roof. There's this thing called the black market. Okay?
Yes.
You can go out and buy what?
This has actually been proven so many times. Simply, if you look at any city that has high gun control,
they have the strictest gun laws.
Yes. They also have the highest gun crimes.
Yes, and it's not only guns that are dangerous, but I mean, you have people who don't watch the road while they're driving. They're on their phone, they're drunk, they're tired, sleepy, and they swerve, hit somebody, kill them, and they didn't mean it. They still go to jail. You know, if you're gonna blame a gun, I'm gonna go back to the same thing. Adam remembers this from last night because I used it more than once. I found this meme, or this quote, if you will, that says, "So if guns kill people, then pencils misspell words, cars drive drunk, and spoons and forks make people fat." You know, it's a tool. It's true. I mean, you know, that's just like saying if your phone blows up, you're going to blame it on the phone. No, you're going to blame it on the dumbass. You should be blaming it on the dumbass who's using it while it was on the charger and had his fucking, you know, jaw blown off. That shit's actually happened. It's true. Kid was on his phone, his iPhone, while it was charging, and it got really, really hot because the fan in the phone wasn't cooling it down fast enough, and it blew up because of the lithium-ion battery in it. It blew up, took out his whole bottom jaw. He has no more jaw. He has no more tongue either.
Okay, am I good? Me good now?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn you down a little bit.
No, I'm gonna take a screenshot.
Okay.
Okay. In what?
Auto.
You know, and that's another thing too. People, they see these big bulky guys. Like, I hate stereotypes. I hate them. You know, especially ones about motorcycle clubs and people who ride Harleys on a daily basis. I want to start my own MC for good, you know, to go around and be like a Big Brother association on Harleys that, you know, protect little kids, you know, and all this other stuff. I'll get to that here in a minute after I'm done, because if I get off the home screen, it's gonna knock me out and I'll have to restart and it'll be a mess. Yeah, I have a phone. It's dead though.
Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you, I think I see about like 6 or 7 gas stations all lined up right next to each other.
You know, and that's another thing too. Here in Texas a while ago, gas got really, really scarce, and it scared the living shit out of me, because I've seen that shit happen in movies, you know, to where gas starts going out, then the apocalypse comes, then the food's gone, yeah, and then there's no water and all that bullshit, and it kind of got me thinking. I was like, fuck, dude, I'm going to buy me a gun tomorrow, because if someone tries to steal my gas out of my car, I'm going to shoot shit out of them. You know, and that scared me because it was a gas shortage. And, you know, everyone's blaming a lot of shit that's happening on Mother Earth, you know, for global warming. Global warming's a myth. Okay? Yes, the ice caps are melting. That's because the sun's getting closer and closer to the Earth. That's it. It happens every 100,000 years, if not more. The polar ice caps melt, okay, then they freeze back up. Yeah, it's common sense, you know. The hole in the ozone layer, that's a myth too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, it's not really a myth. You can see the fucking thing. That's always been there. No one can sit there, like, when you're in school, you don't learn this shit, but it takes so long for the ozone, for any part of the atmosphere, stratosphere, hemisphere, ionosphere, to deteriorate. It takes, I want to say, 20,000 years. You know, that's just like with UFOs. Yes, they're fucking real. Area 51 is actually real. If you go out in the Nevada desert and you go past a security checkpoint, there will be military personnel to escort you off. They will turn you around, handcuff you, throw you in jail, and be like, this dude was drunk driving or some shit. And you'll get thrown in jail for it. Because here's the deal. The U.S. government wants to cover up a lot of this stuff because it's true, and they don't want people to freak out. Alright? Yeah, I'm not crazy. I know the bullshit. I've seen the fucking videos. I've seen actual fucking UFOs. No bullshit. Here in fucking Texas. Okay? Roswell, New Mexico. I don't fucking know. I guess because we're closer to Mexico, or because we're closer to water. I don't know. I am too. I'm no more than 3,000 miles, 300,000 miles away from the Pacific Ocean. Okay. And that's another thing too. A lot of people like, or not the Pacific, but the Gulf of Mexico. You know, I'm not that far from a very, very big body of water. And a lot of people, like, they're like, oh, well, you're crazy, you've seen this and this. No, I have witnesses that were with me that night. I'll give you the story. So we're out, you know, the girls are watching 50 Shades, the second one that came out, and they were sitting there and watching it, and us guys were like, we don't want to watch that shit, so we're gonna go drive around. So we're driving down this back road, and we see a light that's there 1 minute, and a bright flash, like you would see if like a spaceship took off, you know, in the movies. And the next minute we look and it's gone. And we all walk out and we're looking for it, and there's this big ass burn mark in the sand. And it's not storming. There's no propane tanks. There's no sign of an explosion anywhere. So we start losing our shit and we get in the truck, we haul ass, and there's a fucking thing walking towards the truck, and we gun it and it goes through the truck. Like straight through the truck, like it was a ghost. And then we hear this thing start hovering above us, and we all look up and there's something fucking hovering above us. I know what a drone sounds like. I know what a Predator drone sounds like because I've seen one of them in real fucking life. And this thing was circular. It had a bunch of fucking little lights around it. And it was following us and chasing us. But the crazy thing is, when we got near the city, it stopped and left. And we're like, all of us guys are sitting there in the truck, and we're all fucking shitting ourselves. We're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You know? And, you know, there's a place in New Mexico. Oh crap, actually in California, my bad. Not just Roswell, but there's a place in California in the desert that was actually used in a murder crime and witchcraft. And believe it or not, Jake Paul actually did go there, and this was not scripted at all. There have been countless people go there and have been they have disappeared. It is crazy. You know, the famous astrologist, he believes in this stuff as well. He doesn't say he does, but why else would you be, you know, fascinated with galaxies, stars, and planets, unless you're interested in finding intelligent, superior life forms that are out there, you know? If you want to get really, really deep into detail, tell me why there's always crop circles popping up in Georgia or in West Virginia and fucking cornfields. Tell me why there have been actual sightings of fucking UFOs in Roswell, New Mexico. Tell me why that fucking thing didn't follow us, that kept following us, and that thing that passed through the truck like it was a fucking ghost. Explain to me how that's not fucking real. And then you come out to where I live, and I'll show you where it fucking happened. You can videotape me and call me crazy all you fucking want to. I know I'm completely fine. I'm not insane, because if I was insane, I would be in a madhouse, and I wouldn't be able to see my family. And everyone else in Roswell, New Mexico would be locked up in a fucking madhouse as well. You know, there's things that a lot of people don't want to understand, and that the U.S. government's not going to let you know because it's a big secret, and it's a conspiracy theory. But at the same time, the shit's not just a theory; it's true. You know, just like God's real, the devil's real, and demons are real. It's fucking true. Believe it or not. Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the dumbest things, you know, it's a personal preference. You know, it's what you want to believe. Yes, I understand that, but don't tell me my religion's not real and then not expect me to defend it. You know what I mean? That's just like talking trash to a black guy and calling him the N-word and him not beating the shit out of you. It fucking happens, you know? And it's crazy because I don't know, man. Like, I feel like if someone makes a kick-ass game that like explores what they believe is Area 51, and you take on all these monsters and aliens with, you know, by yourself or with friends and shit like that, that'd be fucking sick. No, I have not. No. Uh-huh. Dude. But I mean, like, you know, it... Oh, he did. That's alright. He can still hear us. Guys, Adam's not going to be with us. His mic just got out, got confirmation. So, yeah, he's not going to be talking until... Yeah. Like, I don't know, man, like, for instance, one night, we were coming back, because my brother has sleep apnea, and we were coming back from the town next over. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. My mom sees this thing, all red eyes, and walking on all fours. Now, if that doesn't scare the shit out of you, like, at the middle of the night, when you're on a highway by yourself, you know, with your kids, and you're sleepy as fuck. I'm in West Texas. You know where Texas Tech is? Lubbock. Or Amarillo. Yeah, oh my god, dude. You know, and what's crazy is there's an actual, there's this thing that the U.S. government was testing on these animals, and well, so happens that they had this serum that could make animals shapeshift. And this is fucking true. I shit you not. And it escaped in the early 1960s. Well, it's been breeding with other animals, and it's been able to pass on its genes and, you know, morphing phases onto these different animals. You know, it's weird. And we actually saw one night at my buddy's house, and it was like a little rabbit, and it instantly changed into like a fucking cat, and then it changed into a fucking snake, and we took off, because we kept hearing shit outside, you know, rattling around and whatnot, and we went outside, and it's pitch black, because they live in the middle of the fucking country, and I'm like, dude, we need to get the fuck in. We need to close all the air vents that are on the floor right now. So we do that, and we're... Well, I mean, this is technically political because it's the U.S. government's fault that it fucking escaped. You know? Yeah. They fucking, when they were doing the testing, they had like several different others that they were doing the testing on, and it like slithered out of its fucking, you know, entrapment deal and fucking took off. You know, this was probably, it could have transformed into a fucking mosquito for all I know, and flew its fucking ass out of there. But I mean, it's crazy because to think that everyone wants to go and be a scientist for the U.S. government. Good luck, because you're never going to be able to see your family half the time, especially if you work at, you know, a secret base like Area 51, and you're, you know, doing all this shit. You're never going to be able to see your family. You're never going to have a personal life. You're going to be owned by the United States government, and you're fucked. No, and your family won't have a life. You won't have the necessities that normal people have. None of that. You know. And what's crazy is that, you know, while we're talking about all this, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm kind of worried that, you know, the U.S. government will come and get me and, you know, question me. And, you know, since I did see some stuff like this, they're going to be like, where'd you see it at? Why'd you see it? Why didn't you call us? Blah, blah, blah. Well, because I don't want to fucking die because I saw your mistake. You know? Just saying. Sorry. But I don't know. Like, shit weird happens here. Like, recently we had a killer loose here that's still loose, and it scares the shit out of me. That's a mistake on the police force. You know what the fuck it looks like. Running through the database, you got, you know, fucking cameras everywhere. Look for him through the cameras. If he's smart enough, he'll avoid the cameras and he'll leave a carbon footprint, and all you gotta do is trace where he was at that time of the crime, what size shoes he wears, how tall is he, and you pick up his scent with the dogs and you find him. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science. You know, yeah, you have to get a search warrant to search every house and building there is, but fuck it. Sometimes you have to rebel against the law to find a killer. So that's still why they haven't caught the Zodiac killer. And the dude's in his probably 70s, maybe 60s now. And there's I could never get into Watch Dogs at all.
So in Watch Dogs 2, that's one of the side missions where you get to go right down the street. Yeah.
What the hell? You know, and one thing that's crazy is, you know, for example, a lot of the murders that's happened, you know, by a bunch of people who are now famous, like the Zodiac Killer, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and that was actually real. That happened, not in Kermit, Texas, but in Childress. Like, right outside of Childress. And it's crazy because you think that, oh, well, it's just Hollywood, you know, fake shit. No, it was actually true. People were killed and fed to other people by a family of cannibals. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, so that was actually based off of Eddie.
Who fed people.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fed detectives. I got no after that.
Same. Yeah, and same fucking people that are still alive today. Out in the middle of the fucking desert. Bullshit, they found more traces of people still living in those hills. It's fucking bad. Like, people... Yeah, that's why I don't go in the desert alone without a gun. And a bunch of friends. And a bunch of gas. And spare tires and spare batteries. I'm not that dumb. You know, for instance, Michael Myers is true as well. Oh yeah, his name wasn't Michael though. His name was Philip.
Yeah.
And yeah, he, it's not gonna tell you the truth. You have to, like, it's not on the internet anymore either. You have to go and look up the articles on, like, where it's based off of. I had friends screenshot Felipe Myers, yes. Or Philip. Yeah, it's his real fucking name.
So, I gotta actually see this. So you have Felipe Myers, the Canadian ice hockey player, and you have Philip Myers, American prodigy.
No, this one, like I said, you have to, like, deep search. Like, it's gonna take you a while to find it. Like, he was tortured by his family. Told you.
Philip Myers versus Frank D. Guilds. You got Myers pleaded guilty to second degree murder before judgment. That's paid for. Yep, found it.
His family tortured him. He killed his family. His sister was the only one to live.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Just like in the fucking movie.
so, since we're kind of on the topic of horror movies myself, did you know that originally Freddy Krueger was supposed to be a child molester?
Yeah, that's what he was in the movie.
No, that's what he is in the remake. Originally he was, like, when it first came out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When it first came out, he was the child molester who would steal kids, bring them to his home, rape them, kill them, just, like, take their bodies away.
They changed it up. So in the 1980s, it was kind of like they changed it up a bit so they can, because, they had to change it up a bit because the studio wasn't going to allow it to happen.
Yeah.
If he stayed a child molester at the time. So they ended up just changing him to be just murder.
Yep. You know, and one thing too, the Jack the Ripper, that is technically the Grim Reaper. It was a man in England who, or I believe it was in England, I think.
I know where. It's in London.
I think it was in Stockton Yard, or Scotland Yard, or some shit. Or,
That's over in Scotland. I know the location, too. I know the name of the district that
yeah.
I got a lot of people, because I know a lot of people in England, so, like, it's time to just talk about that guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's who the, that's how they came up with the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper's real as well, but it's not Jack the Ripper. It's a skeleton who comes and steals your soul and kills you and takes you to the demonic afterlife, and you rot in hell for the rest of your eternal life. But Jack the Reaper, he would sit there and pick innocent women and would kill them.
What if they weren't innocent?
They were innocent. The only, no, that one chick wasn't that he killed. One of the women that he killed wasn't a prostitute. She was a mother of two who was coming home from bringing her husband dinner because he had to work late. And he fucking killed her and stabbed her 3 times, left her head on her fucking doorstep, and her husband found it. And, you know, V for Vendetta, you know, the Vendetta, he was real. Of course, he fought for justice in a wrong way, but, you know, he was still real. The, 7 with Brad Pitt and, Morgan Freeman. 7. Yeah. The killer was real as well. John Doe. That's based off of a 1920s crime that actually happened.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And that was a very, very bad time, man. The, trying to think, Jason wasn't real.
Yeah, Jason was actually made up.
Yeah, Michael Myers was real. His name was Philip. Of course, we know that.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre was real. Yeah, he helped with that a lot.
Even though like he didn't really murder anyone, he technically actually just way robbed. That's actually true.
Yeah, but he still fed people to policemen. He was a cannibal. Hannibal Lecter, he was real. Jeffrey Dahmer. They had a TV show called Killer Kids. Yeah, and he was actually one of the kids that was on there. Charles Manson. Of course, we know the whole Charles Manson story. Trying to think. I'm trying to think. The Hills Have Eyes. I'm trying to think. What?
So the court manuscript, because you can actually go to all court manuscripts and you can actually look them up. It doesn't matter. As long as you know like the name, defendant, and
Of the prosecutor. Yeah. I'm trying to think. The Zodiac Killer was real. I'm trying to think. Yeah, like I'm going through my head through all the killers that, you know, have been, you know, prosecuted, and I found out who like have been real. Yes, D.B. Cooper.
He was a prosecutor. Actually, you know how he got his name?
I do not.
So it was a mistake. A journalist thought they called his name was D.B. Cooper, so that's how he got his name.
Yeah.
It was like a mistake that happened.
What, I forgot what his crime was.
He robbed a plane.
Really?
Armed robbery style. Yeah, he robbed the plane while it was in the air and escaped.
How the hell did he escape?
He took a parachute.
But if you open an airplane's door, it creates a suction that's so bad it'll rip the plane in half.
That's the thing. The guy was so smart that he actually. The guy was actually really smart with the robbery.
Jeepers Creepers.
People are still trying to find out. I don't know what that actually is. People are actually still trying to find D.B. Cooper's. People say that he hid his money, or like he's either still alive right now.
I'm pretty sure he's still alive, depending on what like year it happened and how old he was that time. Oh, then yeah, he's. Yep.
Yeah, so they're looking for D.B. Cooper's treasure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's where I heard that name from. Yeah, the Jeepers Creepers is real. And believe it or not, it's a demonic um entity, yeah, that pretends to be a scarecrow that comes out on the 26th day of spring, and he feeds for one full, like, 6 days. And
He actually, yeah.
he hunts, he eats, and
I've
he...
actually never seen
Oh man, the new one sucks, but the other two are fucking fantastic. You know, for a while, I thought that, you know, he lived right where I used to live, because I used to live in Central Texas for a very, very long time. And there was always a scarecrow that would be up on the post one day and he'd be gone. He'd be up again and he'd be gone. He'd be up again and he'd be gone. And the farmer would not be out there for those 6 days. And I never knew why. And like, it's fucking crazy because you see all this stuff in the movies and you don't think it's real, but when you dig really, really deep, it's actually true. It's based on true stories. And what else? I'm trying to think. Oh man, the Amityville Horror movie, the one that has Ryan Reynolds in it. No, this one has Ryan Reynolds in it, and he's a dad who buys a house, and his daughter can see these dead people, and he starts seeing them as well, and it starts getting to him, and it starts playing tricks on his mind to where he tries to kill his own family. Like, it's freaking crazy. Another one that's actually true is fuck. Trying to think. Give me a minute. I'm really sleepy because I didn't go to sleep until 9 o'clock this morning. And I slept till 3. So gotta kind of give me a minute here because 4 more hours, dude. Just give me like 4 more hours. Ah. Fuck. Okay, Annabelle's real. We do know that. The Conjuring is actually real. I fucking hate that movie. There's this movie called Baby Blue or Cry Baby or some shit like that. And, yeah, yeah, it was in Myrtle Beach. Not in Myrtle Beach. Somewhere off of Maine or Maryland, one of the two. And there was a shark in the bay, and it kept killing people and eating people, and they had to shut down the fucking the actual town. The Exorcism's real. I fucking hate that movie as well. It is. You watch it, you're gonna have nightmares, and she's gonna come out and haunt you for 2 days straight. It happens. It's not fun. It's bad. Me and my cousin, I'll tell you a story. One night, we decided to watch it because there's nothing to watch. And we're sitting there and watching it, and this... No bullshit, and this little girl comes up, and she's walking like the Exorcist. And we jump in the bed together, and we're holding each other really, really tight. And she, like, looks at us, and she says something, and we close our eyes, and she's gone. This happens for 2 nights in a row. I'm trying to think.
Wall Street. Yeah, so Wall Street is a movie about a guy in Australia who would kidnap tourists in the area and would I don't know what I don't really know much about it. It's an Australian movie.
Yeah. Trying to think. But yeah, that movie, Baby Blue or Crybaby or something like that. This mother goes insane because her husband is a truck driver and she's raising her 3 kids, and she has another one on the way. Well, she drowns the baby in the bathtub. She stabs it in the forehead with a broom or with a brush handle. The other 2 run outside and she's like trying to find him and stab him with a pitchfork, and she stabs a pig instead because it's in the hay, and kills it. And these 2 kids are sitting up top and they're watching all this and they're like, oh my god, mom's gone insane. Well, the kid actually goes out, gets the shotgun from the house, shoots the gas line at the inside the house, blows up the house with her in it, and she still doesn't die.
Wait, what was something?
It's based. It's true. Sometimes mothers, when they get overwhelmed, they'll kill their kids because they don't know what else to do. It's like a predator thought that no one really understands why it happens, but it has happened. For instance, there was a mother who killed her 2 kids by drowning them, and she's serving life in prison.
So there's actually a short story. No, it's a creature. They're called ladies in white.
Yep, I've heard about them.
White dresses, and they tend to be
Yep.
stuff we're talking about right now in this podcast.
Yeah, Bloody Mary's real.
Yeah. I actually about that.
Trying to think. I don't know, guys, like, if you look at all this shit, the Winchester House, that's based off of a true story. There's a house in California called the Winchester House, and it is haunted by a bunch of Indians who were killed by the Winchester lever action. And
No, it's actually of all victims.
yeah, of all victims pretty much. And there's a movie based about it. You can go look at the house itself. It is very, very fucking creepy. Dracula was real, believe it or not. And it's not as you think. It's not the vampire Dracula. It was a medieval ruler who would put people on big ass spikes in their, the spike would go up into their anus, and it would drip blood until gravity took its course and killed them. And he would drink the blood of his victims, and he would have millions of them, like thousands of them standing up. And it was assigned to everyone who tried to overpower him and overthrow him. He even killed a few of his wives because they were scared of him. Trying to think. It's a. All right, shoot.
Three tourists who are traveling out in the Australian outback.
Mhm.
The truck broke down. They're unable to leave. This guy, the guy's name is Mick. He comes to his house, where he fixes the truck for them. Three tourists, you know. I don't know what happened to one of them, but there's two girls, and one of them gets smarter, they pass out. Well, one of them wakes up, finds out he sexually assaulted one of them, and she starts a fire, gets the guy's fuse, and let's distinguish it. She goes ahead and this is one being sexually assaulted, and she shoots the guy apparently non-fatally, and they actually escape.
Hmm.
He ends up actually getting arrested later on. I didn't realize he doesn't get arrested. They actually end up digging around his place, which ends up being found in he's got multiple dead bodies. He's hiding underneath his house.
See, like, what gets me with a bunch of these dumbass murders is they'll leave shit at the crime scene that could potentially lead back to them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't condone any type of act of crime, but if you're gonna do it smart.
Smart.
Don't get caught. Don't leave fingerprints. Huh?
You ever played the game Payday?
No.
So this game you can get on PlayStation 4. You can't get a third one. Payday 2 is what you can get on PS4. Rob Bank practically, and there's certain ones where you can sort of you can go in, you can be the stealthy approach, you kind of sneak into the bank, you sneak into everywhere, and you can go in here and steal the cash.
Mhm.
Without anyone seeing you. Or there's some which is like going loud and you have to fend yourselves off from, being murdered from the cops. There's no blocking the police are very.
Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the podcast. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If this turns into a video, well, when it turns into a video, if you watch this, thank you so much. I know we kind of got off topic, which we normally tend to do. I know I do. I want to thank you guys so much. Adam, of course, joining us as always. My boy Stealth, thank you so much. But I will see you guys later. Goodbye.